Welcome everybody. I'm very pleased to welcome you in this breakout of Palo Alto Networks. Grateful for you coming over to us. And we would like to give you some sessions that will look at Palo Alto Networks product, solutions and technologies in a series during this afternoon. My name is Pavlu and I'm in position of leading technical sales team in Central Eastern Europe, which includes countries of Czechia, Slovakia, Hungary and Ukraine. And with my team and our colleagues, we'll run through a couple of these sessions. Now, before we do that and dive into some selected topics on Palo Alto Networks products, what I'd like to give you is an introduction to set a context that will help you frame the sessions in the afternoon in the overall thing. And by context, I mean overall reason and story of Palo Alto Networks as a company, what we stand for, what we see as our purpose as a company, as a mission, what we do, why we do it now in the current state of evolution of technology and cybersecurity, and also touching on why you should care, why you should be interested in Palo Alto Networks, what differentiates us on the market, and what we think is unique about us in cybersecurity. All right, so that's what I'll do. The good news is that after me speaking English, my colleagues, a lot of them will be speaking Hungarian, but then also other colleagues will continue in English. So it'll be a mixture. Hopefully you'll do with that. If not, hopefully you'll learn something in it. But the tech speak is anyway international so much, hopefully everybody will be fine. So, starting with the context, I would really like to touch upon a couple of things. And first of all, setting the situation where we are at, all of us as a cybersecurity industry and cybersecurity professionals. One aspect is that the risks in the world have been evolving lately significantly, and all of us would be able to name at least 5, 6 main factors that are contributing to these increasing risks. Some of them are listed here. You can look at them yourself. Many of them are not listed here, including the high activity of state actors in the recent geopolitical situation. So you can name it. There is a lot of stuff that is happening. And in past few years, we see a lot of buzz and a lot of talk about artificial intelligence, which actually adds to all this complexity and risk trending one additional dimension, which we all need to take into the account. That explains why the whole industry talks about AI so much and why everybody is looking at how to handle this new phenomenon in the technology. Now, the other thing is that with the risks expanding and getting really big, also the threat landscape, which means like what are the potential risks and attacks and the things that can happen to us, they've been evolving rapidly too. And some of the dimensions of evolution are listed here, right? So one thing is sophistication. The attacks that we are seeing more and more get really highly sophisticated and very clever. But at the same time, they are not always going to very deep hacking techniques. A lot of these attacks are actually sophisticated in a way that are using public domain information. Right? Actually, in recent studies, it's visible that around 40% of attacks are driven by exploiting publicly known CVEs, because we are not able to patch our systems, we are not able to react to that. So that's really something that we need to look at. Speed is another factor here as well. We've watched that the time between accessing the system and infiltrating the networks and getting data out, reaching out. The reason why the attackers are coming has actually decreased from days, literally, which like in the year 2021, we were speaking about days, if not weeks. Last year, some studies are showing that this time is trying to actually hours, if not even shorter. So the reaction time between, somebody coming to our network in stealth mode and something really bad happening is actually getting really short, and that's why we also need to rely more on automation rather than on the manual work, because hours is not a time scale that allows you to do a lot of investigation manual working in there. And the scale, that goes without question, right? We all read the news and see how many attacks are happening out there. Now, again, looking at the recent evolution with the AI, the artificial intelligence is actually affecting these threats massively as well. It's adding sort of like, again, another dimension to it, because it's allowing the attackers and the adversaries to actually use completely new techniques and new ways of how to get into systems. And the ways how this happens is, on one end, for example, the speed. The AI is actually, is facilitating the way of developing the attack, techniques and code for that. I've seen examples that people are showing how an AI tool can help make actually executable code for an exploit from a text of CVE in literally minutes, right? And with very few manual touches, somebody can go and use that product of AI to try and penetrate some network. So this acceleration actually is massive, and we need to be aware of that. The AI is also used to generate completely new techniques, new ways of attacking the systems, right? Like people use the Gen AI tools, they ask questions. And when you ask questions, you may get answers. And some answers might be in this way too, and there are examples that people are there. And there are a lot of new attack vectors as well. With the AI, once you as a company start using AI and build data model, you collect a lot of, let's say, asset for managing and running the models. There are risks associated with somebody trying to poison your models. Equally, when you have people talking and discussing with the AI generative language models, the conversations themselves could actually carry data. And there are chances, quite significant, that response from the model could be poisoned by somebody who will throw in some malicious content. How do you protect from that, right? Those are things that are kind of adding to the complexity we all have been looking at in the past. Now, what we do as defenders, and by us, I mean not only us as vendors, but mostly you as our customers and eventually companies who are fighting them. We try our best to actually fight all the options that exist on the market. And the point is that this indefinite run against those adversaries leads to many inconsistencies in this industry. Effect of that is the number of vendors running cybersecurity. Some studies we see thousands of them. We see a lot of tools and products being deployed in individual companies to face different risks and threats. The average being in tens. Maybe not in all countries the number is the same, but when we recently asked in Czechia on a customer event, people very, very consistently said it's between 15 and 20 in most of the bigger companies around the market. And as a result, we have signs that pretty much more than half, 3/4 of companies are looking at some level of consolidation of those security tools, because it's getting really unmanageable and it's very difficult to run security in this concept. Because this is what we are actually facing today, right? We have, despite of all these attempts and trials to make things more manageable, more consistent, the evolution of threats and risks and the new attacks coming in and new tools that are needed to address them leads to the plethora of tools that are being deployed in the need to protect immediate effects. And let's face it, what we have today in most security environments, we are doomed to silos. We are doomed to use a lot of manual work, especially if you look at the SOC operations, security operation areas. It's a lot of that. And many companies, when you talk to them literally in a private side, they admit they are letting go actually thousands of alerts unnoticed because they simply don't have capacity to even handle them. So they try heuristics to get some of them handled, but in principle, there is no assurance that we are looking at the right things and that we are considering the proper aspects. And yet, there is no set of tools or no metric in terms of applications, software that you have in your system that will make you successful in making security happen. Because eventually, what matters are actually only 2 questions that are related to the cybersecurity resilience. The one is, what do you do? What have you done before? How did you prepare for the fact that the incidents happen? Because the point is, you cannot predict or you cannot prevent incidents happening, right? That's one thing and one aspect that we need to leave to the past. At some point, we might have tried to protect us 100% against attacks and potential risks. Let's admit that at some point, somebody will be in our network. So the question is not how we keep them out forever. The question is rather what we do for being prepared for such incidents. And the second thing is, how are we prepared to quickly recover from that situation, to get back to normal operation, right? So those are the two crucial things that we need to look at as the cybersecurity professionals. And that's what we are actually coming to as the Palo Alto Networks promise or purpose or mission, if you will. We are actually working on getting our customers to deliver them the most comprehensive and automated security and tools that we power by artificial intelligence so that we can protect your networks in the real time. So 4 concepts here, right? Comprehensive security, automation in big extent, artificial intelligence on the back end, and real-time application of the security tools. That's our promise or our mission, that we see our purpose on the market. Now, where we do it, where we apply it, we actually work on our solutions and our tool set in 3 domains of cybersecurity, which are essential. One of them is the network infrastructures and securing network infrastructures with the zero trust techniques. That's a very big part of our portfolio and our systems. Then the second one is the security operations that I mentioned already, right? Supporting and enhancing the tools for our security operation teams and analysts to handle the security operations and make them more effective and efficient. And the third one is the overall cloud security, which mainly includes the security of cloud applications, including the process of development of applications in cloud environments. So those are the 3 domains that we are building, and we try in each of these areas to build platforms so that these product sets and solutions are not individual components, but within those platforms, they work together. And when you deploy more than one of these products within a domain, you get actually bigger benefit than if you would use completely different products from different vendors. So we are trying to build a platform in this concept that you actually leverage more of our products for more benefit in your networks. And these 3 areas are actually very strongly fed by information from our intelligence and incident response advisory service that we call Unit 42, because we need that. Every security company nowadays needs that, right? To track and monitor what's going on in the cybersecurity, what's going on the internet, so that we can act and feed the newest data to our products and solutions across all these 3 domains of cybersecurity, right? So feed this information back to the network security, to the SOC operations tools, and also to the cloud security and development security. So that's, in fact, what we are trying to do, and building platforms on that. If you look at our website now, we are talking about 2 big domains, or 2 big solution sets that we built. One of them is really focusing on that leftmost part that I mentioned, network security and complete coverage over there. You may hear us talking about domain that we call Strata. That's where you find all our firewalls and Prisma access and SASE solutions that are focusing on the networking security. And second domain has been till recently as kind of split into 2. One focusing on the security operations and one on the cloud security and applications. We are actually progressively moving now to combine this into one platform that we call Cortex Cloud. That's combining actually security operations and cloud and application security. And you will see that these platforms are not only equipped for addressing the current threats that we see in the network, but by the extensive implementation of artificial intelligence, we are actually getting you ready for the future. Even on the list over here, you see some items that are forward-looking and future addressing, future-proof. Things like quantum, things like Gen AI application security and access that will be addressed also today during the afternoon. We are integrating co-pilots to enhance the admin experience of our product. So all these platforms are actually looking at at the future to develop that. Now, talking about the platforms and our approach to market, you may hear us using two terms that I would like to explain a little bit to you so that you understand it. One of them is the precision AI, precision artificial intelligence, and the other one is platformization. So first one I would like to address when you hear it, when you see it on a website talking about the precision AI, what we mean by that is actually a reflection of how Palo Alto Networks have been using the artificial intelligence in our products and solutions so far. It's not started with the generative AI tools and models which made the whole market booming. Palo Alto Networks have been deploying artificial intelligence in terms of machine learning and other techniques more than 10 years ago, and started with that, building the models, building cloud intelligence and sophisticated models for keeping security in our products. And that's what we call this precision AI, as a combination of those existing long-term use techniques, so things like really machine learning, deep learning, on-training and other things, in a combination with also the generative AI, which came lately. And all of these three components we refer to as the precision AI. So just for an understanding, when you hear us or see in our materials this reference to, it means all these types of artificial intelligence that are built in our products and solutions. And the second thing, I mentioned the platformization. When we talk about it, what we mean by platformization is the trend or effort in Palo Alto Networks that is trying to make our customers benefiting more from applying more of our products and solutions. And we are actually happy to report that we see a lot of examples from our customer base where deploying products in multiple domains takes actually very significant benefits. And I listed some of them here, like situations where consolidating the vendors in a company is helping to actually make the activities and administration more effective. Typical examples that we see is where our customers deploy security operations on Palo Networks products in combination with the Strata platform. They are actually reaching significant benefits in terms of productivity and efficiency. So here is one example where one of our oil customers was reporting 50 to 70% of improvement. And we can go on with all these things. And that's, again, what we refer to as platformization, the effort and push within a company to make our solutions and products work better together for a better value and more benefit for our customers. Okay? So in the end, I would like to share with you some of the credentials in a way, or some of the proofs or comments that lead to the point why you should care and why you should be confident that Palo Alto Networks is a right partner for cybersecurity in your business. And some of them are listed here. We are actually in a leading position in the market in terms of security because of the size of our revenue, but also by amount of information that we process, right? As a security vendor with a very significant market footprint, we are collecting a lot of data from our install base, from our customers. We process it, we analyze it, and we build a lot of data points which are transforming back into the new updates and intelligent feed in our products in the network again. It's very significant to see the numbers of data points and events that we are facing. We keep a strong innovation engine within a company in multiple ways. One of them is our internal investments. We are proud to return back into research and development, more than $1.5 billion a year, which is a significant amount of dollars, and it's reflected in the constant progress of the products and solutions. But we don't only invest our own money for internal organic research and development. We also do acquisitions. Palo Alto Networks has done 19 acquisitions to date, some of them in progress, so the process continues, because we believe that there are obviously great startups out there that can very much benefit our customers, so we want to integrate them inside. And the last point I want to make here, and that's something we are really proud of, if you look at the analysts like Gartners and Forresters and all these clever guys of the world, we are proud to be in the leaders quadrant, or whatever it's called, wave quadrant, anything, among the leader companies in more than 20 of these analyses, and we keep there for multiple years. So it gives us confidence that we are actually doing the right thing, and we are trying to be a good security partner for our customers. So that's for the context, as I said. Thank you very much for attention, and we can now proceed with the first more technical session, which will be, it's you, Eva. So English again. Thank you very much.